You know, you made Joshua win against fucking Ngannou. You made a big win. You made Joshua against Helenius. You made like blockbuster. So you made, and Dubois win against Big Baby. You make of that like a huge win. It's not a huge win, man. It's normal win.
But it would be a huge win if he beats Filip Hrgovic, right?
That will be a huge win, yeah. If he beats me, head down to him. Then I admit that he's a great fighter if he beats me, and I'll retire, man. If he beats me, I'll retire.
Really? Why? What? I mean, it would only be one loss in your career. Why would you retire?
Because I expect a lot from myself. I have a big expectation from myself, and I believe I'm the best, and I'm working so hard, and I don't consider Dubois a great fighter. So if he beat me, that means I'm not so good as I think I am, and I retire, man. If he beats me, I retire.
Once again, people, there is some more news concerning Filip Hrgovic. He says that, you know, he actually attacks the British fans. Like, hey, you guys make everything big in Britain. You know, those wins, you know, from Joshua and Ngannou, you think that's a big deal? No, it ain't. The Helenius fight, you think that's a big deal? No, it ain't. You know what I mean? You guys make everything big. If he beats me, then okay. Then it will be a great win. Okay, let me counterpunch. First off, I have to agree with Filip Hrgovic on the Helenius fight. No, that wasn't a big win at all. Because Wilder did that a year before, and everybody was just pretty much, okay, now you're fighting Wilder's leftovers. So it didn't really look that great. However, that was a replacement fight. Got to put all the facts on the table. Put them all on the table simply because that's what it was. He's supposed to fight Dillian White in a rematch, which I didn't want to see that anyway. I honestly didn't. But that would have been a better challenge, I feel, for Joshua than Robert Helenius. However, what made that fight not as glorious as people think, he pieced up Joshua. He had Joshua's face looking like Joshua had walked down the alley and got jumped by a few people. You know what I mean? That's what he looked like. He got pieced up by Helenius, and Helenius was able to catch him being taller, being longer. He was able to catch him from afar, and Joshua was trying, I guess he was trying to look for other shots, and he was missing with that right hand, but he was getting scathed with the chopping punches from Robert Helenius before he eventually caught Robert Helenius in the 7th round. But no, that wasn't a big deal. You know, in fact, that was almost for Joshua the same position where Daniel Dubois was before he fought Jarrell Miller. Think about it. He fought Jermaine Franklin in a not so good fight. People didn't look at that performance like that. They're like, where the hell is AJ at? Bops! Bops! That jab and grab shit was getting old. Like, who you been hanging around with, Vladimir? So people were look, okay, yeah, his stock was dropping. You know what I mean? And then he gets pieced up by Robert Helenius, and then they're like, oh, snap. Yeah, when he caught him, good. We got the knockout finally, but it's like, okay, Wilder already did that a year before. So, no, that wasn't a big win. No, but it was a must win. And the way he did it, but it had to happen to go to that next level. Because remember, last year, okay, around this time, you know, they were trying to put fights together between Joshua and Wilder because Joshua and Wilder were no longer champions, and this is the only way or the best way or the easiest way to get these guys in the ring together. Okay, so that's what that was about. Now, was the Francis Ngannou a big win? Yeah, it was, because it was on a bigger platform. It was in Saudi Arabia. It was with everything going on right now that happened real quick, fast, in a hurry. Listen, you know, I think Hrgovic, you know, kind of overtalked himself with that. Oh, well, you know, he's not a... listen, you go in there and you fight Ngannou and see what happens to you. And him being slower like he is, too, and Ngannou catches you with one of those nasty-ass hooks that bounced off the shoulder, then the temple of Tyson Fury putting him down in the 3rd round. Try taking one of those from Francis Ngannou. See, what people don't understand is Francis Ngannou is the hardest recorded puncher in history. And he beat up the WBC heavyweight champion currently, Tyson Fury. Gave him hell, almost gave him an L. Bars. Right? So, yes, that was. And it's not the fact that he won, it's the way he did it. That's what was the big thing. It wasn't, oh, yeah, he won. Because I thought he was just going to outbox him, keep away from that cat, jab, bow, bow. You know what I mean? Probably pull a, similar fight to how he beat Ruiz or how he beat Jermaine Franklin. But not like how he beat him that night. Yes, that was a big thing, Philip. It sure was. You know what I mean? And you haven't fought Francis Ngannou. And I think Francis Ngannou would knock out a lot of guys. We just got to wait and see. Hopefully we will see. We will see Francis back in boxing. Not UFC, not MMA, but boxing. To see what he can do with a normal average fighter. Now, if a normal average fighter gets him, okay, well, that's a whole different story than that argument that, okay, maybe he's just not what we thought he was, and that makes that win for Joshua that less significant, and it makes Tyson Fury less talented. Okay, but if he goes in and starts knocking people's heads off, people are then going to start realizing that what Joshua did, it took skill to do, okay, with something that Filip Hrgovic never been through. Bars. Okay, so, him saying, oh, well, you only got to beat me to be a great fighter. Again, I think he's putting his foot in his mouth by saying, oh, I'll retire because I work hard and I'm like this and I'm like that. You haven't even caught an L yet, even though a lot of people thought you're supposed to call an L against Zhilei Zhang. Remember that? So we can't overlook everything. It's everything on the table, people. When it comes to Filip Hrgovic saying what AJ done wasn't significant, something that you haven't done, to be fair. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think once again of Filip Hrgovic stating that Anthony Joshua, those wins were not that significant, and these guys, the British public, has made it bigger than it's supposed to be. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!